Hello, beloveds. I am recording this while I'm driving and I'm sort of stuck in traffic. So hopefully the noises and the sound around us won't distract me too much. I've been really focusing on what I'm going to share with you, and I actually did do a recording on my phone, and however, something happened and it wouldn't work. So I don't know why I wasn't able to send that through, but I'm coming through now with a message. So basically, this message is to remind us all that are on the path, either the twin flame path, the light worker path, the divine love path, or we're all on that path. We're all looking for essentially that place where we can be in the love with ourselves and with all of the people that we come into contact with in our lives and relationships with everything. So just a reminder of that, and it's easy to get caught up in some of the doubts and the confusions and the fears and the illusions of things that are not going well, or the pain. And definitely in my experience, I have had several times where I have got caught in just really not thinking positively and feeling quite despondent and despairing and hopeless. And unfortunately, that is part of the journey. In those times, whilst they're not pretty and they're not fun to experience, they are the parts from which we grow from, when we can see clearly when we are obviously in a place that is not serving us. We're believing something that is not serving us. We've gone against ourselves in some way. Perhaps we've believed something that we've been told since we were a child about ourselves that isn't actually true. For example, in my case, I was told that I wouldn't ever get really past a certain point, and that I didn't have the intelligence to do this or that, and I chose to believe that for a long time, and but I now do not believe that, and I tell myself a different story, and it's the story that I am creating for myself, and it's a new story. So I hope that you can also recognize when you are believing something that's not true, that's creating a feeling of resistance or pain or fear within yourself, where you're contracting and resisting to life. And obviously that is a response to feeling under threat that we automatically do when we feel under threat, or we don't feel happy in any way. We have all these wonderful mechanisms, and I have done another video on that, to protect ourselves. However, being in those places really keep us stuck in those places. And if we can recognise and that there is light and there is love, and if we focus on the light and the love within ourselves and shine that light through those cracks of pain, and find a way through to start believing in ourselves and telling ourselves the positive truth, which has always been there, which is that we are light and we are love. And I use really positive terms to describe myself and to describe others, to help myself really believe in those things. And it's not what everyone else is believing. It's definitely sometimes hard when the majority or the dominant mindset is different than that. However, we have come here to instill and create that new way of thinking and that new patterning and the new paradigm through bringing in the divine love and the divine light into every situation, including ourselves, and that first comes with ourselves. So just recently I've noticed when I've been listening to some of the YouTube channels that I had listened to, that some of them were, I was feeling after listening to them more doubt and more confusion and more fear. And it was just to really notice when that happened, and to, despite the good intentions, I'm sure, which some of these people have had when they're sharing the information, perhaps they themselves are still in some kind of pain or confusion or fear, and so that is really coming out through the messages. And I'm not saying that I haven't been in that state myself. Like, there are times when I have also been in that state, and for those that are in that state, those messages will resonate and they may very well help. But I've noticed more recently that I have begun listening to different messages now on YouTube and clicking on different links and hearing such beautiful divine love and light and positive messages that are really uplifting and really powerful and bring me back to my sense of that real knowing that I have in me of what I'm doing on this journey and why I'm here. And so one of the ways in which I'm encouraged to remind myself of this journey that I want to share with you is around the messages and the magic that comes through when we are in spirit and when we are inspired and we are on track with our divine essence and knowing and being. When we're seeing, the numbers, that is a really, really good sign to show us that we are connected to our spirit. We are on track. We're being shown. The angels are with us. We're supported. And one of the times during my journey that I just want to share with you, just to remind us to look out for those magical signs and those to really pay attention to them, because they cut across the logic and the mind, which is always questioning and trying to find a way to bring us down and question us. So that's why those magical things happen. And one of the days during my journey, it was a few months back now, where I had become quite despairing because I had so many signs that had showed me that this person was my twin flame and that I was on this twin flame journey, and it was overwhelming me, and I'd been in a lot of resistance and a lot of denial over it. And then I finally kind of agreed, okay, yes, I can see that I'm meant to be on this path, and you've shown me so many signs. Okay, I'll surrender to it and I'll go with this journey, even though I had so much fear around love and having been burnt so many times in the past, and in so much pain around experiences I had with so-called love in the past, that when I finally surrendered to it, what happened was that my twin flame began a relationship with another person, and of course that propelled me and to an even deeper state of despair and why am I doing this? I finally surrendered and agreed that okay, I'm going to go with this and I'm going to believe in it and I'm going to believe in love. And then he goes off and starts being with someone else. And of course we all know that that's part of the lesson on this journey, is learning how to deal with not being attached, and to surrendering to that situation as being part of the learning as well. And anyway, I went for a big walk, and I was walking in the orchard on which I live, and on this orchard there's over 500 apple trees, and I was walking along trying to clear my head and work out what was going on, and I was so despairing, and I just said, look, I don't get it, universe. I'm so confused, really. I'm still trying to work this out. Anyway, I just sat myself down under this random tree of 500 trees that are in the orchard, and so I just decided on this one tree, I'm going to plop down under here. And anyway, I was sitting under this tree, and I think I was probably crying and all upset, and looked down and I saw this rock, and I thought, oh, that's a funny looking rock. It kind of looks like an alien, and it's a strange thing, and it sort of looked like it had eyes on it. And I moved the grass and parted the grass away and saw that it kind of had an alien look about it. And you can see the photo that I've put on here, wondering what this photo is, that this rock was actually in the shape of a heart. And I moved the grass further, and I could see that on each side of this heart there was one shape that it wasn't exactly a circle, but it was black, and the other shape was white on the other side. And to me that really represented the yin and the yang, and it was heart shaped, and that had also been shown up as one of my signs earlier. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, there's no way that I could get any more confirmation that this was real. And it was so physical, the physical evidence, it blew my mind. And that has been one of the most mind-blowing and most physical, magical manifestations and signs that I've had on this journey. And I really wanted to share that with you, just to allow you to feel into the magic of what we're experiencing, and that is what's going to keep us going. And the connections that we have with each other, that we are creating. We're creating this beautiful grid. There's a beautiful woman that I've been listening to who's English, and she's got a lovely channel. I think it's Divine Love Crystal Grid. I'll put the link below so you can listen to some of her beautiful messages. And you know, she talks about the songs, and there's so many signs that she notices. And you know, if you are interested in hearing more about some of the signs and part of what happened on my journey in the early stages, and it's still going on obviously, I've written that into a story that you can purchase at a small price. And you know, this is my sacred work, so I really honour that, what my sharing. And so be in touch, and thank you for listening. I'm sending out lots and lots of divine love and magic and positivity and light for your journeys. And just stay in the love and remember who you are. You're beautiful, divine love and light. Thank you. Bye.